Namaskaram, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we have Arshi Akka with us. Namaskaram, Akka, and welcome to the podcast.
Namaskar, Anna. This is so nice to have this screening, and I got so much strength listening to Usha Akka's podcast. And then I believe that it's really a good platform to showcase your journey as well. My name is Arshi Kapoor. I'm daughter of an army officer, and my mom was a teacher. Like any middle class family, I also grew up in an army background.
Oh, okay.
I did schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya. A bit was in convent school because of lot of transfers wherever we get admission. But mostly it was Kendriya Vidyalaya, army public school and convent. And since I'm from army background, we had lot of transfers, made lot of friends. At some transfer areas, we would meet our old friends as well.
Okay.
So it used to be very fun.
So it will jumble up, huh?
Yeah. That's all about traveling in India. We've traveled to east, west, north, and south also. North memories I remember a bit because we were close to Katra and Jammu.
Okay.
So we've gone to Vaishno Devi multiple times. So it was a pleasure going there. I've graduated from South though, but that was little later. All my schooling, I was just an average student.
Okay.
And
What does average mean? What does average mean? Don't tell me 90%.
Not that great or good in studies, but just as an 60-70%. But I had a very good school group.
Okay.
And mom was a teacher in school, so all the teachers were also very happy. Though my voice was good, so my principal was always like, she's like a nightingale for the school. But I never sang for them.
Okay.
And I would work a lot behind the stage in school. So never had that much confidence to be on the front of the stage. Just once I did a program, what I remember.
Okay.
But most of the times I would be at the back of the stage.
What program was that?
That was some Hindi skit which we had to do it in Hindi cinema.
Okay.
That's all. And I played a Bhabika role.
Okay.
It was very funny. I remember wearing a sari in school days. So that was the only time. I mean, that was the first time probably I wore a sari. Because that's what I remember. 11th pass, 12th standard, we were in Ahmedabad. I was from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Shahi Bagh. That time we witnessed earthquake times.
Okay.
So it had an impact on us a lot, especially our batch. And we actually fared pretty badly rather than the normal what we would have.
Okay.
But with God's grace, as always, Sadhguru also says that God is always there. I got admission in physiotherapy, which I did from Mangalore. Wonderful city. I discovered myself. I developed a lot of independence. I was good at studies in college. I don't know how. I used to be in first five only. In school, I never scored that well. But in college, it just came out very nicely. And girls' hostel was really fun. We would do all sort of musties, pranking each other, playing April Fool, celebrating holidays. And the worst part was our deadline was 6:30 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So after 6:30, it's all like a family in a girls' hostel, which is very rare to find. But honestly speaking, the South Indian crowd is really very nice to accept all others. Yes, I think it's God's grace. And that's what always Sadhguru also says, that everywhere, everything is nice. Initially, we developed difficulty eating rasam, but now Malabar Parantha and rasam are my favorite. And especially the paisam and that yellow sheera. I love eating that. Whenever I eat South Indian food, I just remember my college days and it's very nostalgic.
Thank you for the good marketing of South India, Akka. I didn't pay for this, okay, for the listeners. Akka is
No,
telling on
no,
her
not
own
at
will.
all. Probably it's marketing of the Sattvic food that
Oh,
we get in
oh,
ashram.
okay.
And the beetroot salad. So the beetroot sabji and salad, the initial year we used to get that only. But I mean, it was tough at that time, but later on we developed such a good taste of eating it. And it's really very healthy, especially with environment. All these things are really healthy. So somehow having health and developing the food to your mind, we passed the 4 years in Mangalore, and I got a degree of doctor for bachelor's in physiotherapy. For internship, I came to Ahmedabad, Gujarat Hospital. There, while simply interning only, last month of my internship, I developed cancer.
Okay.
So it was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. That time they said that it's stage 4.
Oh.
But luckily I was saved because I was believed to be a good student. I don't know how, but all the doctors and my peers, my friends, they all just rushed and didn't have any hassle in between for us and my family, because I was quite popular and known, so they took me as their own daughter only. So from stage 4 to stage 2 just came out like anything. Within 2 months, I was at stage 2. I seriously tell you, prayers and family support really matters a lot in this. And I didn't even take it this seriously because we were just interning and we were fresh graduates. So, you know how medical students always think that, acha ye ho jayega, acha ye ho jayega. So, all that kept my strength keep going. But yes, to keep up the strength of my family, my friends have really helped a lot and supported. They did not tell me, but later on I got to know that they had a march in the college also. And one of the friends would keep calling my family to check on me and my family that they need something. This is all again God's grace. It's not easy to come out of cancer. But if you seriously ask, it's very easy if you don't take it to your mind. Again, I'll say, as Sadhguru says, you're not even a body, you're not even a mind. If you think it that way, anything you do, it is really a smooth journey. Luckily, within 6 months, I was out of cancer. But at the same time, since it was last month of internship, my principal was also very cooperative, and my head of the interning institute, they all were like that all your leave we will count in your treatment, and only the days when you take chemotherapy, that day you can take off. Rest of the days just come.
No.
I used to keep going also. Just for 20 days it was left. And there was a drive. I mean, Gujarat is very much famous for Navratri. So, yeah. So there was a drive of blood donation.
Okay.
If you donate blood, you get one pass free.
Okay.
So all these friends have started donating blood to get the pass.
Okay.
It's either a pass or you get a half leave.
Okay.
So all my friends, they started donating blood for me to accumulate the leaves and then transfer the leaves to me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was very, very nice and sweet of them. And this initiation was by one of the, so-called dons and heroes of the college. So he initiated it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it was very unbelievable coming from him. So I can also say that dons are not bad. They are always a very good heart people. So my leaves and all that were also, I mean, hardly I went 20 days for the last this thing. Last 20 days to serve. That also, my interning head, he was also very cooperative. What he did was, one of the juniors he assigned to be always with me. Like if I have any complication, he should be alarmed. So one of the juniors would be always with me. I would drive on a two-wheeler to go to college. that junior who used to stand there at the parking spot, park my vehicle, take me to the center, and then the internship. I was given basically reporting work for the last 20 days, which is also part of curriculum, but they managed to adjust it that way. So, it was a real VVIP treatment, but again, if you don't think anything in your head, you're seriously a VVIP. After 6 months, I was completely fine. Did the convocation, did everything, got the degree. In this meantime, I had a healthy rival also. You know how good students have competitors and competition rivalries. This girl came to visit me and she said that you're just up to second level till now. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, we all are planning to give entrance and you've just cleared 2 months right now. I was quite taken aback that why is she talking like this? But actually she was forcing me to give the entrance for the masters.
Okay.
So this was her way of getting me to the entrance. I was very taken aback and I wanted to just tell her, get out of the room. And she's like, you just healed up to second degree only from 4 to second. I expected much more. We all are going for entrance. Won't you come? And all this stuff. So with dad's help, dad also wanted to have me give the entrance. So I gave the entrance. I don't know how I cleared. I really don't know how I cleared that entrance. We just did the entrance in musty.
This is what old ladies say. This is what old
No, seriously, it's God's grace. I seriously don't remember that what all I wrote in entrance exam. After coming out, I was feeling very dizzy because a day before that only I had a chemo session. So immediately after that, I was dizzy and I used to feel hungry very often. So somehow I wanted to just finish the exam, go home and eat. And by the time my hair had also started falling down, so I used to wear a wig. So it used to be very hot as well. I just wanted to finish the exam and run from the exam hall. But God knows how I cleared. And I got masters in physiotherapy rehabilitation in Gujarat University.
Oh.
Again with friends, principal was fine, cleared that, went to USA, did epidemiology and biostatistics, came from there. USA was also a happy journey, not so great, not so bad. Doing lot of things on your own was a bit tiring after cancer, but then that's life, you had to live. And somewhere you had dreams also. But I didn't have that much courage and that much of physical strength left to keep working too much or stressing my body. But somehow I just kept going step by step. So did 2 years in USA and then came back to India. Looked for a job everywhere. First year was very tough after coming back. My friends used to be very supportive. So was my family as well. Like whenever I used to give an interview and get rejected, they used to say, don't worry, this is not for you. But how long the job is not for you? But the main reason was this only, that people knew that I was a cancer survivor. So getting back to job again is a risk to them as well. This I can understand and I can say because I am also from medical fraternity. Now things are changing. This is some 10 years back, but now things are really changing and people are supportive. One fine day, I met one of my seniors, again, something like God's grace. He just happened to meet me at some ice cream shop.
Okay.
And this was the senior who I was not able to walk once when I was in internship post diagnosis of cancer. So he actually lifted me up and took me to the X-ray center. So he was very helpful also. And suddenly I told him that I'm not getting anything over here. I don't know why. I was very disturbed and depressive and all that. And I was just taking out all my frustration on the senior of mine. Immediately he said that day I did not lift you to hear all this shit. I was like, what is wrong with everyone around. First, they are very supportive. Then they all are like shouting at me and all that, giving me, sarcastic comments and all. But that was another way of giving me strength to stand up. And from there, I started volunteering as a physiotherapist for senior citizens and whosoever needed, because I, as such, come from a very good background of a family, reputed father, and good income and everything. So even they said that why do you need to earn money and all that when you have a skill? Why don't give it to the society? Same thing what my senior meant at that time. So I started volunteering for senior citizens. I didn't charge them. I went to some temples, physiotherapy center, started working there. Doing this small work, I started joining Mickey Mehta Center, where I was as a dietitian, as a physiotherapy consultant. The journey started from there. Worked there for almost 2 years, had a good PR, very good relation with almost all the Ahmedabadis in the city. I don't know now they know me or not, but again, it's been like there long. Then somehow I got a job for Metropolis Laboratories. God's grace, if you see my resume, I've worked with all the good centers in the country. Even in US, when I was there, I worked for very good and renowned doctors as a research assistant and as this well. But yes, in this long run, the stress was high and I had um, started liking my career and stopped enjoying, which I would say the others should not do it. But this is what was like a kick to me, so I kept enjoying. And my focus was more on my career more than anything else. My mom, dad were also very supportive. They gave me everything. Started learning driving a car. Two-wheeler was fine. I bought my own car, small Alto. Yeah, it was the new Alto which had come, which was just 3 lakh rupees. But at that time, that was very much for me. So I bought a car for also myself. And all these small achievements were very big for me, because being a cancer survivor, when you have a tough journey in the beginning and even after when you recover, you feel joy that, okay, you have one more day to breathe, one more day to live, one more day to make a difference in someone's family. Luckily, I was from medical fraternity, so being a dietitian or being a physiotherapist, it made me do much more difference to anybody's family. But initially, honestly, I did not charge. This is why I'm emphasizing this, because somewhere or the other things do come to you. Then after that, and I got transferred to Mumbai as a promotion, and I started working with two very good reputed hospitals, which I don't want to name right now because I've not said anything to them. And it developed a very nice career graph for me. I've had a very long way to keep coming from a small physiotherapist to a very good high management background. And the life what I've led, I mean, I used to be very much scared of driving a car as well. But now I've done scuba diving and as well as paragliding also. So all this strength comes once you started crossing your barriers. And this all comes with your breathing exercises, which even Sadhguru talks about. Being from medical fraternity, again, I did a study on fatigue management on breast cancer patients. There we had this small exercise just to keep breathing. From there, I started having this deep breathing exercise every time and making sure that your mind is blank and you are nothing. Slowly, we developed this habit with Sadhguru's inner engineering and everything. And even the stress that we keep getting, it keeps going away. This I will talk because After my father's death, which is some 2 years back, I was also quite devastated and little bit stressed, like because it was only me and my mom in the family. I was in Mumbai, my mom was in Ahmedabad. So immediately I left my job, sorted some things at home, and I was like, now what to do, now what to do. Did a trial turn, and at that time when I was doing trial turn, I saw an advertisement of Sadhguru's Mahashivratri program in Coimbatore, which was
Which year was this?
12,000.
Which year was this, Akka?
This was 2018. Yeah, 2018. And it was a 7-day program for 12,000 rupees. I thought it's a great deal. And I simply went to Coimbatore without doing anything, without registering for anything else, and made lot of volunteers as my friends. Till then, I had not done my inner engineering also. But for this Mahashivratri, I went there. From there, I
Was
learned
this the
about.
yoga program? Was this the yoga program?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was one of the yoga programs for, basic yoga programs for which I registered. From there, I got to know that inner engineering is a must and Shambhavi Mudra. And the best part is no one would tell me anything. What is it all about? They're like, you just have to experience it. You just have to experience it. And like, fine, as it is, I was jobless by then. So I like, fine, now whenever the inner engineering comes to whichever city, I'll go and register. As a traveler only, I had just gone to Coimbatore. But what caught my eye, the biggest thing was these volunteers had given their soul and heart to the program. It's not easy to whosoever volunteer, and they're taking care of me like a baby. They said, you be with me. The other volunteer would say, you be with me, don't roam here and there, because it was a, I didn't know anything about inner engineering. I didn't know anything about Sadhguru's program. I just went out in a, like a crowd, did all the prayer services over there, Dhyanalinga, Adi Yogi ka parikramas and all that. All the volunteers had only told me how to do and what to do and how you can take your time and do things. After that, did inner engineering in 2019 in Ahmedabad. Then again started working for another hospital in Mumbai. Still working. Pandemic has come. Doing work from home gets boring. Keep doing Shambhavi in the morning and in the evening. And in the meantime, I had made lot of friends with the volunteers, from where I got in touch with Usha also. And I must say, Mumbai volunteers are great. We were looking forward to this 28-29 program, March 20, where Sadhguru were to come.
Yeah.
It would have been real fun. Volunteering for that activity had made me a lot good person, because every time friends are not everything. You know, when you are in touch with volunteers and doing the volunteering activity, you get more enjoyment. That is what my personal belief is. I mean, seriously, now I don't feel like having friends or not like. I just feel like wherever the volunteering activities, I should go, I should help. It's not even called as help, but it's just like you feel a lot of apnapan kind of feeling that this is my family, this is like great people to be with, and because you're always judged, not judged, but you're always for yourself also known like how far are you going and how far have you come. So being a cancer survivor, I can just say, just keep living, keep doing good work, keep having strength, and keep believing in yourself. Everything comes in way. Everything happens to be the best. I still sometimes feel like uh, keep complaining for my life or something like why this is happening, why this is happening. But as Sadhguru has explained it very nicely, that when good happens, why that happens to you, that also you don't know. Somewhere or the other, your karma does come to you in a good way. And
So, Akka, like, what was the experience of that inner engineering program in Ahmedabad? Like, did you find it similar to the ashram program, or like? How was it?
Which program?
The inner engineering program you attended in Ahmedabad. Was it up to that
Oh, it
expectation?
was beautiful. Our Ishanga was also very calm. I used to keep wondering why people are so calm. I mean, and it's such a wonderful experience and aura to be with him. I've learned the calmness, and as Sadhguru says, that this is the movement. Keep practicing that this is the movement. It is the very hardest practice to do, but I'm practicing that, and sometimes it just makes me good enough to do the next part. An inner engineering program had been more than inner engineering program. The program I still miss was what at the ashram. The 7 days what I spent in the ashram, and I still look forward to go to the ashram. Especially the food also in the ashram. It's just like it makes you so energized and so sattvic feeling also, because I just went as a traveler because I was jobless, didn't know much about it, and that's the best way to go. I feel when you know that you have to go and be little sattvic or do something, you have a sometimes you might have a biased mind, but going just like this and doing it, it's amazing. You just feel like, oh wow, you just connected to God. You just connected to Shiva, you just connected to nature. And in the ashram where you see all these mountains, you seriously feel that somewhere around God is there. The same feeling what you get after inner engineering. If you have ever experienced this, somewhere when you daily do inner engineering, immediately when you finish your sadhana, you feel that there God had been somewhere close to you, around you, or you get that aura or something. So it's just amazing. I sometimes feel after Mahamudra that you sometimes feel this. I don't know how to explain it, but
Awesome,
that's
Akka.
all had been my journey about. And lovely talking to you.
Yes, Akka. So thank you so much. So how can the listeners reach out to you? Do you have an email ID or something, Instagram, which I can link in the description in case they
Yeah,
want?
because of these volunteers, I got a chance to meet Sadhguru also in the
Oh,
ashram.
you didn't tell that. Why did you skip that,
I
please?
missed it. And we saw a movie with Sadhguru.
I think I was also there. I was also there for the
You were
movie.
also there. Oh
It-
wow. You
was it
remember the
Meet
name of the movie?
It was Meet the Prime Minister, something like that. Was the movie?
Something like that. I mean, the kid talks to the Prime
Yes,
Minister.
yes, yes,
And Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra's
yes,
movie was
yes.
there.
I was also there.
Yeah, and I thank the volunteers so much that it was all because of them, because they didn't want me to get lost somewhere in the ashram. They kept me with them only. And I mean, I was not that distant from Sadhguru, but being with Sadhguru, it's such a grace. And seeing him dancing, you seriously feel somewhere Shivji is inside him only. And I still feel like going to ashram one more time. And this is pandemic, but still somehow or the other you can. Best thing what one Isha meditator or volunteer can do in life is volunteer for any one activity. Apart from doing inner engineering, you will be very, very blessed in life somehow or the other, because all other things are like marketing or something. Here you actually do a good deed and you feel happy about it. So anything else, Anna?
You didn't still give me your contact. How people can reach out to you?
Yes. Anybody needs for physiotherapy also, please contact me. My phone number is 953-779.
Wait, Akka, wait. Don't give you. Did you say the full number? Let's not give the phone number. Email ID is better. Let's keep
Achha, I
it.
have to give it to the email.
Yes, it is better for your privacy reasons. That's what I'm telling, because it's on a
Oh,
public platform,
okay.
right? So let's keep it. Let's keep your email ID. If they contact you, you can give them your phone number. I think.
Okay, my email ID is aarshee@gmail.com.
So I'll link it in the description so that they can, if they want, they can reach out.
Yes, I'll be happy to help. And if I somehow, through someone get a chance to volunteer as a physiotherapist in the ashram, that will be my dream come true.
Great, Akka. I hope that happens. So, Akka, anything else that you would leave in the end for the viewers or me or like?
Yes, I just hope Sadhguru also listens to this video, and especially my dream that I want to volunteer as a physiotherapist or any other activity serving to the society. I'll be happy.
So, thank you so much, Akka. Thank you for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
Yeah.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar.
Namaskaram, Anna.